All right. So, who wants to be my sellers? No? I want some real sellers first. That would mean somebody from the audience, a couple that wants to volunteer. Before I have to come volunteer you. Huh? Yeah, get me a couple, Annette. I can see I'm not going to get them to... Huh? Come on down. No, I want a man and a woman. It would be better if you knew each other, but no, you don't have to know each other.
Hey, that's a great dating service.
Huh? You guys know each other?
I know that's a dating.
Oh, you do now? All right. Hey. Huh?
It's a dating service.
Yeah, there's no charge for this dating service. All right, sit down here. You are Mr. and Mrs. what? What's your name?
George.
What's your last name?
Santana.
Santana. Okay, you're Mr. and Mrs. Santana.
Alicia.
No, you're Alicia Santana today. All right. So, you own this house, and honestly, the numbers are important, so I'm knocking on your door. Okay, hi. And you're standing up when I'm knocking on your door, right? Okay. Yes, you are. Stand up. You're coming to the door, right? Because we had an appointment at 6 o'clock, didn't we?
Okay.
All right. Hi.
Hi, how
I'm
you
Ron.
doing? I'm Alicia.
Alicia, nice to meet you.
George.
George, nice to meet you.
As well.
Okay.
Come on in.
Could I just take a walk?
Sure.
No dogs or naked people or anything?
No, just
No?
a cat.
Just a cat? Okay, cat don't bite, does it?
No, it doesn't.
All right.
So,
I actually say that now. I do. No dogs or naked people. Now, you don't have to say it, but you've got to break the ice somehow, so I want to get them grinning right off front. All right? Okay, so I'll just take a walk. Now, they're going to lead me on, aren't they? You are going to lead me on, right? You're going to go ahead of me?
yeah.
Okay.
Here, this
So we're walking through the house.
Living room.
That's the living room, yep.
Bedroom is right
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Bathroom.
Nice bedroom, yep. Bathroom, nice bathroom, yep.
You want to show them the attic?
You want to go back?
Wherever you want to take me, just show me the house. Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
ladder right there. You want to follow us?
Another bedroom. That looks like a bedroom, yep. Looks just like the last 3,000-4,000 of them I looked at. Yep, looks like a bedroom. Okay. Living room, bedroom, bathroom, living room, dining room, yep. Kitchen. Yeah, okay. Looks okay to me. Beautiful house. Yes? Okay. You guys got any questions for me?
What did we agree to?
Well, all right. By the way, how long did it take me to look at the house? No, it didn't take 5 minutes. No, more like 2 minutes. Okay? 5 minutes, a long time.
Would you like to take a seat? Would you like
All
to
right.
sit down?
Well, yeah, sure. Can we sit down at the table here?
Sure. Go ahead. Have a seat.
All right, well, here, this is a kitchen table. You guys can pull up a chair.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions for me? Hold that mic up there while you're talking. At your own kitchen.
Yes. So how long is this process going to take?
You mean to get it closed?
Yes.
Oh, I can have it closed in a couple, 3 days. Why, do you want to get out right away?
Yes, we need to move as soon as possible.
All right, well, that's not a problem for me. All we got to do is agree upon the terms and get it in writing here so I can get it to my attorney, and it don't take long to get it closed.
Okay, and what price did you tell them?
I understand that we talked about $220 on the phone. Okay, do you remember the conversation we had?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yes? You do?
Yes.
Okay, can you,
She did it
can you
all.
repeat back to me what we discussed?
It was $220,
Uh-huh.
5 years,
5 years,
and $1,200 a month.
$1,200 a month, right? Okay?
Right.
And I remember I told you I'd pay all the closing costs, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
All right. All right, well, listen, I only got a couple of issues. We're real close. We can get these ironed out, then I'll get you out of here quick. All right? Number one, the 220 is so at the top of the market. I mean, it's right up there. In fact, my comp's coming. I looked before I came out here, and I can't see anything above that. So we're really at the very top of the market. So what can we do to get that price down if I can get you closed here and pay all your closing costs?
Well, why should we lower it?
Well, because I would guess so you could get it sold. Do you want to sell it?
I do, but I mean, we had it for sale by owner so we can make more money, not less money, if we could have just
So that's
listed it
assuming you
with
get a buyer for 220, right?
Assuming so.
Okay, and when you get a buyer for 220, aren't you going to have closing costs?
Yes.
Okay, didn't I agree to pay those for you?
Yes.
And when did I say we would close?
Right now.
Okay, so would you rather wait till you get a buyer for 220 at the top retail price?
So how much would closing
Which you'll still pay
cost?
closing costs and won't get 220?
Yeah.
Or would you rather me close it now, if we can agree upon that price, and me pay the closing costs and get you out of here and get it over with? By the way, the whole time you're looking for that buyer for 220, you're still making payments on the 180 you owe, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Very true. So how much are closing costs normally?
None for you, because I'm eating them all. They're several $1,000s.
Okay. So let's just take that price off the house, you thinking?
Take what price?
Whatever the closing costs are?
We'd have to do better than that for me to want to buy it, because frankly, I got to find some way to make money here. I wouldn't have any interest, would I? Gosh, you'd give a realtor 6%. Then you'd still have to pay closing costs. And then you'd still have to wait to see if you get a buyer. And
So-
it'd have to be in excellent condition. You come out and appraise it, and they'll probably knock it down, and they're going to have a home inspector come out here, and you're not going to like the end result of that, I can tell you.
Okay, so
I don't need a
if
home
we-
inspector, and I don't need an appraiser.
So if we go down a bit on the price, are you going to give us a down payment?
No, we agreed on the phone that I would not give you a down payment, but I'm paying your closing costs, which in effect is a down payment, isn't it? Wouldn't you normally pay your own closing costs?
True.
Okay, you're not coming to closing with a penny.
What do you think?
What's the least you could sell it to me for?
I'd say maybe 217.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to who?
To us, I mean, we spent a lot of time and money in this place. I mean, we fixed it up kind of nice.
That's why I'm even here.
Yeah, but it's not been on the market that long.
Would you rather leave it on the market longer to see if you can get your 220? Because honestly, I'm going to have a bigger discount than that, or I just have no interest in it.
What amount were you looking at?
I would be looking closer to 200 than 220.
How about if we meet you halfway, 207?
So you 201, huh?
207.
201, huh?
I didn't even want to give it away for that much.
Oh.
She's the boss, though.
Well, George, you don't have to sell it. It's your house. You can do whatever you want to do with it. And of course, I don't have to buy it. By the way, I got stacked this deep that I'm going to buy it before the month's over. It's just a matter of whether you're one of them or not.
Yeah, we need to sell it.
You want to go for 205?
And we got to wait 5 years for the money?
No, it's very unlikely you're ever going to wait 5 years because I don't get paid till I sell it myself.
So how long you think?
I don't know. I'm going to put somebody in and help them get qualified. I don't know how long it's going to take. But I'm not going to make any promises I can't keep either.
But it's not going to be longer than 5 years, right? 5
Oh, no,
years is the
no,
top.
I'll put a 5-year maximum term in it. By the way, you know, you owe 180, okay? We're talking about 200, 201. Would you rather I just write you a check for $10,000 at closing and be done with it?
Say that again?
Would you rather I just take over the debt that you owe, start making the payments, and writing you a check at 10 grand and be done with it? Don't owe you any more. Is 10 grand to you now better than 20 grand to you later?
What if you write us a check for 20 and we're done?
I wouldn't do that. That option's not on the table.
So 10 grand event, essentially it's the same thing, but we get the profit now instead of having to wait till.
You get 10 grand now rather than 20 grand later.
Yeah, it's half
Oh.
of what we would get if we wait 5 years.
Man. This deal keeps going down.
No, this is just an option now, George. You don't have to take it. Hey, you don't have to sell if you don't want to sell.
That's true.
But I would imagine you want a bird in the hand rather than one in the bush, wouldn't you?
We do. We definitely
If
would.
you don't want to sell, I don't want to buy. And if you're not happy, I don't want you to sell to me. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay?
Tell you what, you got something that we could take to an attorney?
As soon as we get some agreement, then yeah, if you want to take it to attorney, but it's not very complicated. You'll see my agreement is pretty simple.
Think that's good?
Which,
You want
what,
to do the 5
10 or-
years, or you want to do the 10 now?
I don't know. When do we have to pay your mother back for that car she gave us?
this is kind of a real conversation here, isn't it? All right. Doing a good job, aren't they? Even though they're a pain in the ass. Huh?
I've been through them enough.
I know
and
you
I'm
have.
like,
Okay, all right, all right. So,
All right.
which would you prefer?
I don't know. Well, we'll call our mother later and her mom and see how that goes. See if we can wait there, and then let's. So what do you need us to decide to?
Well, I need
do
you
the
to pick
contract?
one, and I'll go ahead and write that up, and if you want to change it, you just call me and tell me, and then no, I can change it for you. I'm willing to do that.
Okay.
So your choices are 200 with 20 later, or 190 with 10 now. I'll take over your debt, start making your payments, pay all your closing costs.
200 with 20 or 190 with 10?
The 200 with 20 later, or 190 with 10 now.
That one at 5 years sounds like it's more for us.
I'm fine with that if you are.
You good with that?
Yeah, 5 years.
All right, let's write that up.
All right, I'll write that. So any other questions?
There's no, like, if they tear up the place or anything and
You
you,
mean if I tear up the place,
right,
I'm going to be buying this house, you understand that?
okay, yeah.
All right. So the house is my fault, my problem after we close.
I got you.
You don't need to worry about it anymore.
And there's,
My
Yeah.
job, my problem.
and if we get the house back, I mean,
You
what-
won't get the house back, George.
Okay,
You sell to me, you can forget about it till you get a call saying you're getting paid off.
and you put that in writing?
That's absolutely in writing.
Okay.
That's what the contract's all about.
Yeah, I just don't
Yeah.
want it torn up and then we get it back.
You don't need to
know?
worry about it. If somebody tears it up, I fix it.
Okay.
And then if we need to buy another house, but this one has the mortgage
You
still
mean if
in
you
our
don't
name?
qualify for another loan?
Yes.
Well, it depends on how you want to sell to me now. Do you think you're going to buy another house and qualify for another loan in the near future?
Yes.
Okay, well then that's just a different document I'll have my attorney create for you, showing that you're receiving a payment equal to your outgoing payments, so that it doesn't kill your debt ratio.
All right.
That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Did you see how I explained to that? Huh? Could a moron understand what I just said? My attorney will create a document that says I'm making you a payment equal to your outgoing payment. That's all we need to say. Don't use this wrap-around mortgage crap. Scare the crap out of them, huh?
Right.
My attorney will create a document that shows you're receiving a payment that it matches your outgoing, so you won't have a debt ratio problem. That's the end of this conversation. Simple, simple, simple. Learn to use simple, easy to understand language to layman's. No internal slang terms, no subject to ever coming out of your mouth. In fact, I don't even want the word contract to come out of your mouth, or sign. Who wants to sign a contract? We'd rather okay the paperwork, wouldn't we? Okay, so we okay then? Any more questions?
No, I don't have any.
No?
Do you?
All right. Well, this is a purchase and sale agreement. Give me a minute to fill it out. You guys, if you have any more questions, go ahead and talk among yourself. I'll get this thing filled out. I'll let you take a look at it. In the process, can I look at the paperwork you have on the house while I'm doing it?
Oh, yes.
All right? Sure. Okay. So now's when I pull this out. When I pull this out, should it be filled out before I get to the house? Everything except what? Anything I want to negotiate, which will be the price, of course, the length of term. She's already given me 5 years, to be honest with you. That's long enough anyway. I'm not going to push her on that one. And we agreed on the payment already, didn't we? Yeah, the payment is what they owe under 180. So there's nothing to discuss there. So we discussed everything we need to discuss. So I'm just going to take the contract and fill in the number blanks right there. However, do you remember 2B? That's where we got to tell the attorney how this owner financing is going to work, don't we? Here's the good news. We don't need to know that right now. All we need to know is the monthly payment. Do we know the monthly payment? Okay. I'd just fill in the monthly payment, and I'd put on here 5-year balloon, and I'd worry about the rest between now and closing. Because that's all they care about, isn't it? Oh, you got to check off that it's PITI too, remember? In paragraph 2B. Hello? All right. And then we'll go home and sit down and figure out what their taxes and insurance are, and then try to come up with the rest of the answers on, all we need to know is the payment going out matches their payment going out. That's all. All right, and if we need to, we'll get an addendum later. Maybe we even have our attorney. Actually, the attorney's going to write up something for them to sign at closing, making sure everybody's clear on how this payment's getting applied. You with me? All right. You don't look like it. Yeah.
If you're doing a
Speak up.
wraparound mortgage at the closing table, are you having them sign the satisfaction piece that in there too?
I don't usually have them sign the satisfaction, but there's no reason why you can't if you're worried about it. If you're worried about finding them later. I've never had any trouble getting a seller to sign a satisfaction when they got money coming, I'll tell you that. Because they don't get the money until they sign the satisfaction. But I have cases where I actually put it in escrow. The attorney can put it in escrow. I tell you, attorneys don't like doing that, but they can. Because you're signing a document now that could be years before it gets recorded. And that's the thing they don't like, is the distance between now and then. But still, it's better to have it than not have it, isn't it? Yes? I don't really worry about things like that. Okay, so this says that we're going to do exactly what I just said. I'm going to buy your house for $200. I'm going to pay you a payment that's equal to the underlying payment. I'm paying all the closing costs. It says that right there. It says I got 30 days to close, but honestly, I'll be closing next week if you're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
When do you want to move? You're in the middle of May. You want to be out by the end of May?
That sounds good.
Do we find a house?
We're moving in with your mother.
Oh, my.
Oh, we're moving in with his mother. That sounds like fun. That'll last a week. All right. Okay, so you say you're going to be out by the end of the month?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to write that back down.
Apparently we are.
Seller will be out by the end of vacate the house by the end of May. All right. Now, one other thing. This is the payment that is due June the 1st is your payment for May. You understand your payments are paid in arrears. Interest is paid in arrears. Okay. I'm going to ask you to make the June 1st payment for May and then the July 1st payment, and then I'm going to take them over from then on, and you won't forget about the house till I pay you off.
So we're not going to close until 3 months?
I'll close next week if you want. I'm just making sure you know that I start making payments in August.
Okay.
If you're out by the end of May. Was that right? Yeah, you're making the June 1st payment, you're making the July payment, I'm making August on.
So we're going to be making a payment while we're not living in the house?
One.
What do you think?
Just one payment. I thought you said 3.
Well, you're making the June payment regardless, because it's for the month of May when you lived in the house.
Okay.
All right? I'm just asking you to make the one, so I can have time to find the person that I would like to have in this house, so we can get this thing cashed out as soon as possible. Sometimes that takes time.
Oh, so that's what, an extra $1,000 or so for us?
Probably, whatever your payment is. Okay? But remember, I'm paying all your closing costs, which is considerably more than $1,000. Wouldn't you agree? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We'd probably have it to pay it with a listing agent anyway.
Oh, you pay way more than that. Okay, you pay more than that than closing costs that you'd normally pay.
Right.
It's going to be good for you to know, get up in the morning and know this house is sold, isn't it?
It would be good.
By the way, the realtor's not going to make your payments for you, are you?
No.
I am, starting August 1st. Realtor's not going to buy your house either. I am next week. Okay? All right, so I'm going to put it on here that I'll start making payments in the second month after you vacate the house, which we're going to say is the end of May, by June 1st. Agreed? All right, so I wrote that right there. All right, so that's what this says. You want take a minute, take a look at it?
All right. Are you in agreement with all this?
I don't understand a thing. Can you walk us through it?
Sure.
All right.
This says that I'm paying $220, and that down here in 2B says that I'm going to be paying you the same amount you're paying out per month, includes taxes and insurance, and by the way, if it goes up, my payment goes up. Says that right there in the note anyway. All right, this says I'm paying all your closing costs, and this says I'm going to close within 30 days, but I'm telling you I'm going to close next week if you're ready.
Gotcha. Any
All right?
insurance
And then
problems that happen?
down here it says that I'll be making the payment starting August the 1st if you're out by the end of May. Insurance, I'll get my own policy. I'm going to ask you to cancel yours when I get my own.
Okay, and that happens at closing?
It'll happen before closing.
Before closing?
Then I'll ask you to cancel yours after closing, because my insurance company will notify the bank that there's a new policy on it, so you got to cancel yours, or I'll have to wind up paying 2 policies.
Gotcha.
Your policy's no good anyway after you sell, because it's an owner-occupant policy. I've got to get a non-owner-occupied policy. Got it? Okay.
All right. Just as long as we're
By
not
the way,
responsible
you'll be
for
named on
anything.
that policy as mortgagee, along with the bank.
Right, because we still have
for
the
your
loan.
protection.
Okay.
All right, any other questions?
Nope.
Okay,
just
I'll need
check it
your
with
okay
attorney.
right there where it says sellers.
Well, we want to check it out with an attorney before we sign anything.
All right, do you see anything on here that you don't know the answer to?
I don't know, but that's
Pretty
why we
simple,
pay
isn't it?
attorneys, though.
All right, so you need to see, have an attorney look at this before you're ready to,
I'd feel more comfortable, wouldn't you?
all right?
Yes.
Okay, well, how long will you think it'll take to get this to your attorney?
We could, today's what, Wednesday? Mm-hmm. We could probably do it by the end of the week.
All right, so when do we need to get back together? Friday afternoon?
Friday? Sounds good.
Why don't you call me as soon as you leave your attorney and he says this is okay? By the way.
Okay.
Are you going to your attorney to ask him if this is a contract is legal or if you should sell your house?
No, just make sure to look over the contract. I
So if
just
it's
would feel
legal,
better.
we're okay, right?
Yeah.
All right, because your attorney's not going to buy your house, you understand that, right?
Right.
All right, okay. Well, I have no problem if you take it. This is a normal agreement, there's nothing weird about it, so I have no problem if you take it to him, if you
Okay.
think you need to.
Yeah, I think it'd be better.
All right, well, here it is. Take it to him, and we'll get back together on Friday afternoon. Fair enough?
Sounds good.
Any more questions?
No.
Okay, all right.
We're good.
It'll be
Thank you.
nice doing business with you. Thank
Yes,
you very
likewise.
much.
Thank you.
All right.